I want to talk about the agentic revolution that everyone's sort of all in on at this point in time. And again, you call out the risks and you believe that it's probably inevitable that we will start to see selfhood as far as these agents are concerned. Now, are we prepared for that future? You're stress testing agents at this point in time, and there are some pretty concerning things that have come up. Are we prepared to deal with that?
Yeah, so I would say things are going too fast and we are not yet prepared. And we need to ramp up, for all that. Every time we release a model, we have, 200 pages of analysis of these various stress tests that you mentioned, where we put the model in extreme situations, and see if it lies, if it blackmails, if it tries to gain power. It does that if you push it enough. I would think of it more as like, you're developing a car and you do a crash test of the car and you say, okay, well, let's make the car go really fast and let's put it on an icy road and let's make it turn a lot. And then, then you kind of see these horrific crashes. So these are not things that are happening in the real world, but there are things that could happen as the models get stronger and as they're put in extreme situations. And so we do everything we can to test for and to steer the models to not display these behaviors. But because progress is going so fast, I think we actually need to up our efforts even more than we have before to make sure that we are able to characterize and reduce these behaviors, and it is an area of concern to me.
Well, let's talk about the real world. IPO in 2026, working towards that?
I would say our focus is on trying to serve our customers as best we can, build our models as best we can. As we've seen, financing in this field, requires a large amount of money, and there's different directions to get that money, but we don't have any definite plans for exactly when we'll do or not do
You've
something.
just raised a significant amount of money, $30 billion. Is that enough runway at this point in time for the kind of growth plans that you have?
I mean, the technology is really, in part because the revenue is growing so fast, the needs for building data centers a year or two ahead of time are really great. And so, I would say, strange as it sounds, 30 billion helps with that, but the capital needs of this industry are actually, even in excess of that.